Ebie ni abre so mbesua de no na abusuapan ni Mustafa ono so ani abre se wono so e de asanteman yanim ebeye fom especially Krowura obia ayi tuntum but tepaman hene nko ade waye all white even chiniye kresi ni tiri so kra no eye fufuo
se BBC ewo ahemfie na wo kwa nko a wo hye fita edekon
wo so kesi ko my friend tepabande on le duma kesi power so boni pa mo na oma awonso akun bia sante ni be ko bia sabo so no ko de din kan yi ni ma no ye konfo anoche se ka konfo anoche aguna o dia akotun wa sante memu pa asana na babedum bia hunchi hufu ana mi se konfo anoche wo
wow
hunchi phobia na mi se tepahene wo ko adwabo ase a ese edem sonko
okay
yakoye se asofo a ye wo asante memu ye ni yi apai wo kwa mu asana se bi sante ni mo dwabi a wabo se ye podwana se de ye yewa ayewe memma se otumfo wo never come wo kuni pa ne betu elim de kacha zen kuni pa we he will stop
enkofu bi ehu wo mu na ase wo mu tinwi ni ebi aye grey
so no oma ma
na mi so
ma prepare the baba ne na ma ya wo na o mu nya dihye obedi akunya azma prepare the first ne friend na ba de the person no ma ba no wa hye ne nso ni za prayer dia ni na no yet so mfi one family o fi so many places.
But I loved what happened there. I would as a credit to the Ashanti Kingdom. And to the Church Crown on your Santinia. I know what time. It's nice. It speaks to the wisdom of His Royal Majesty the King. So it also speaks to the unity of this country and the immense power the Ashanti King wields. And we cannot. I mean, I've seen people on social media sometimes try to say, Asante, sit down. Sit somewhere. He's the Ashanti King. There is none like that in Africa. He's the most powerful king in Africa.
Kuchie bia edim niura nana banam wa o se wa kusem comfort social media no so ye chan na Asante ne na de mu nyina mu shatapo we ye den so a wo so chen program ne koso na menam comment session ABC chairman badum na metie we die ayesa do ma hini tiri ho pe
Ghana for You TV.
Ghana for You TV.
Etie nyina ye nim se Asante Mawura eja ne hema kwan fefefe ana chese oba Asante Mamu a na nye fadi agro efe ebie ni abre so mbesua de no na chese eye abusuapan ni Mustafa ono so ani abre se wono so e de Asante Man yanim ebeye fom wo de ahemfo especially Krowura eye otumfo na no se tutu the second ababiu wodi nanim abaye from na busua no ne friend say a few moments later after insult ablantie sem o kan ye de medibia brew e we platform yi so me ha me ho ensan konkobo esa sensem no me mitimi fama no nkan na mum de me de ewum ene say a few moments later de nanim aye en ablantie wodi e de screen yi so yi na busua wo hwe kwan ye fa so a ye che na next wani esase ye kan e de e kirew wankasa wonya na obi a woto anwea wate ase woti Asanteman asase so na usen so ka de wo pe e de akira Asanteman ebe ye den na ye nchew na ye mobo in fact ebi kura say na nka blanti esefata si ye kuno na abusia memfa wo kɔ de si ye e wo manhia wo beka ya time eye Krowura etena ase no na enkrofo bi wate ase young guys bi yes ebi na yede arrow ato no so na chese oda uscreen yi so a wo hwei abusuan me de na me fi se double A bi a powder bi e na de akeka mu etiri ho minim se sa na te de a but tepaman hina ba be kasa abekire nsemu se abusuan beje adi se sa nkrofuko o yegu wo nyina nkrofo atese ensuo a eda ho o man konfo no ena ema saafo nyina maame ema no etinese sakehwe pa de ayebeka se omo atiti wo nyina a hyafsode wo mutiri nyina abusuo mu nyina eye nsuo no ema ayebeka ne se nsuo ba wate ase na se awurade nsuo ba na ne ho ofese nsuo ma no mo ho akono se in fact yesi ebi mu krampa bumbo degrees atase ewo universities ni ade enye fedi agro abusia aguso eye Ghana for you TV mepese ebekọ ni akwakotie eye tepa manhene history what ya say abakwasem a wababeka ede agu ho ewo mla eye MCI eboa na fesuso eye Arnold na Ola Michael etranse e United Show base so na omo panyina na so omo captain Empress Gifty efre tepa manhene ene ni di nkomo ede ensem na abusia tepa manhene eka eba before that no mepese ebe video bi obeka ya anko beka sa na aye de na nka tepa manhene eba e was at least anka nana etumi na oye bibi te say anka tuntum ane na nka wose nana eye tuntum na so hwe nana fade a wode da screen su ya abusia eye fita akala bi anim na nana aba be kirem the main reason why ntia oye sa fita no bepese ye beko ni akwakutie bi e de aba ye tie bi emfamra but before that no ye hwe kwa nana fa so a obaye abusia what asem na say hwedom aiguo obia ayetuntum what ase but tepaman hene nko ade waye all white what ase even chiniye kresi ni tiri so kra no eye fufuo that tells you say asante ewo bi ka wo bi kire abusia mapese ebekọ na yakotie tepaman hene enkoma chese abusia one eye Empress Gifty edi ye e United Show base so ye ba na atoa so e de amount
eye tepa manhene e wo line so okay me kasa no munyimi nyo to me kasa hello nana
yes babe
nana me pacho ye chiao ene enyumre
Major so mama na want to say.
Nana ye ho ye nyina ye ho ye. Me pa
ma feel been to come back.
Oh nana some process ya o na obe ma meji.
O fe me na kat ye me say we fro na brandy bi.
Na me ma we hu se me ye adwuma oba me ye adwuma. Nana me pa cho we de o ma ye pese ye bisa o ensem kakra bi.
Okay.
Me pa cho nana ye pese ye bisa say edinti na se BBC ewo ahemfie na wo kwa nko a wo hye fita edekon.
Oh okay. Because the akonya ho dia mama me share what you for nya se bo ye de.
Dan pa cho an wo edem.
Me share no ti for nya. We de kwa na bit my friend man and you say yo. We are to friend man and you say.
Nana ye das. Nana ye das.
You see, I request say, we come back to my friend for. Said be. There was some casino come my friend Tepabania.
Okay.
On the Duma Cassette power and so bony pahon pine. And now on my awards so. Now connected to no. I couldn't be a something we could be a Sabo sum no kobi. The could be answer Busum didn't come. And I'm so ma you were of him son and nurses to the kind. And he said, when the Munyam couldn't be a did me machine and Pessam shower, the Mawash and so. Say a cobejama, obey demonstranco. To a boat in the fufu. I didn't to my fufu, the matter papa.
Okay.
They didn't you man near conform much.
Okay.
I'm gonna say a conform much. I'm gonna, oh, dear, could show what sentimental pa.
Okay.
It also oye sasha so dey need be the man say asana na ba bedroom bia no hu chin fufu ana mi se komfo no cho.
Wow.
Hu chin fufu bia na mi se te pa no.
Wow.
Ti se mo ho bia metime ba.
Oh.
Ti se mo si ko ma wi.
Okay.
Eti bibia ni a metima ba. No share me ne komfo no chine. The papa ne chin fufu no.
Wow.
Eti sabu suma kase mi nu ebu ama santema di mo no. Eko adwabo ase a ese edem sonko.
Oh, okay.
Yakoye se asofo a ye wo asantema mu.
Oh, okay.
Ye asofo wa himfie bishops.
Oh, okay.
Reverend ministers.
Wow.
Ye ni yi apai wo kwamu ansa na se bisante ni mu gabi a wabo.
Wow.
Se ye bodwana se de ye see yewa yewe memase otumfo wo never come.
Wow.
Okuni pa ne betu edim de catch and nkuni pa we he will stop.
Wow.
It is nyama bibra ya ye dia sha sentiment mu nyam no. Ade o de share te pa ne kompo no share no nyam. Nti na ye ko ba bi e frefo no.
Wow.
Na ye frefo no kwa ye wo de ma ye.
Okay.
Any people way. For program bia you rabaye. On fiti preoccupé nkase ma share yida.
Okay.
On fiti preoccupé nkase mi butcha. We consultation with the barrier and aguna, which is conformative.
Okay.
We possess a core ye ko. Ye man kwasi nkwa nkwa san wo to na moeso. To a job on asia. We have nkuma na conformative wo. We ni fa na kapaba ni o no hu se kwa mat na man.
Okay.
Ndi mi bia no ye hwehu se ade a wo ye no ade asubie ni nkoso branch and mine.
Okay.
Ti yo be ye bia ni di nkan ka kire no foma sana aba.
Oh, okay.
Eti sana eti ndi wo sheda de she ashensu bi o de mate baba ni ne comfort.
Any comfort.
Eti obi enti mpefu obi enti mpeti no fu esi so.
I just
So
say
ye bishop to Asantemine. We a pastor to Asantemine.
Asana.
Any year pie, ye bomb pie, mass Santemine, ye bomb pie, my trouble peer, you are baby. Asan will be peer.
Wow.
Nana,
me dase. Nana, me so, me pese me bisaw. Ye hu videos bebre na ye hu se ase enkofo bi ehu omo na ase omu tinwi ni ebi aye grey.
Ai omu no boso no oma
boso ne mamba.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oma.
Oh, okay. Inti nana me so
ma prepare the first. The pabane na ma ya wo. Wale na ma ya wo na omu nya dihye obedi akona. Bemo beba bedi satene from bata babane ho sinap as my friend the first ne friend na babane.
Oh, wow.
So na ma ewo ntin edin ko so she no bi ani so bewu te babane ka se wo kwa wo ye den obesaba okon so saba. Wow. Da buso na wo ma ba no wa hye nso no mu se we na my own.
Is
in example, yet home through one family, almost so many places.
Wow.
A jet of a former, almost fit of a
hey,
Biffy water. Instead, so many more, but bring crowberries no more. Wow. Bar. Now, Baha, now the friends have been wanting on a bar, no more. Or the bottom one was Shannon. Over nipa kind to say any and call out on baby university, so most of them are universities.
Wow.
Oh, most of them are universities.
Ooh.
When you must sponsor big Cromco school or Abuchi. All of them have marks on them. And see. Sana obusa sana che.
Yo nana me pache wo na mpese me bisa se enani de ya enkofo eba ebebisa ba na.
Bebre thousands and ones. Bebre. You see, ne Namsono ama enema bebre so akata. It's my catch us me wo pastesa ye bampai bo wo bosom ho be jimpai bo be sensu bi de ko. Some are from Nigeria.
Wow.
Me ko fo ba be sre mama ye nya bi.
Wow.
Omo ba na me pe ba ne akobom pai osumu amonu mu nya bi.
Wow.
Da so tia nsu no da so nsu na anwe da.
Sumi.
Nsu no nwe da kanetete na mo sesa obi antwem ho. Yenko sa bi mre sante na obi antwem ho. Ise yakosa nsu bi dia koma sante na nsa na obetime twem ho sa akwa ne so. Ndi busumbi a sabi very powerful for Asante mine. Obo Asante wo ekwan be breso ye kokonkra na na de busum no ko.
Wow.
During Asante and Infante war, the busum no ko omo tutuo no si ya wo be tutuo man kaya wa na nka busum no.
Wow.
Yes. And here we baby bia say edwakase ebo yi. The area and Trafia Mompire, he will never do it. Spiritual, any bad spirit be at me.
Wow.
So somebody be at me, Marcia. Ultimate. The boy shows is here. Who are Jimboni be a crowd about crowd with Jai?
With Jai.
Yeah, suffer. Emma Santama, any good some bompire. It is trade upon said this, something he be a young coso. Yes, one at the Munua brass and mine.
Wow.
Because in sure would be my back. Would think one man couldn't dear back. And I hear I say, 242 didn't cost a measurement when yam. The book Jabia na Santime Fred into a moon for 4 number for Metimachi. And Tina, who send me for 4.
Daddy, where the Miss Ansana Mema o Becono. Na Miss Mibisa say, ye who say, o call Dotty Yeno, ye who say, o be soon adifufu bi na owoso na mpese Mibisa say, bosom no na odi enim na na.
Nkora ya mu pensa moti o. Ewurade a. Ekọ also ordinance. Hey, ya na mo ha adwuno.
That way the SL yes you
see, na emebuna amaba no ya mo mpa ba kosemoti. Anka sabi te pa mahene ya me wura pega me amedru samre. Ye budga data sia no tambi bi fridu krom na kwabrani di echire odo saboso bakun mienu miensa bakun so kan no saboso bakun mienu miensa ewi ani akotra ho enye kwa bibi wo ba bi o nke dan ke entopun
Nana yebe Nana yebe dasi pa
na radin kan ho
na acho nyame nhira wo se wajebre na one wonana akasa tadi nyame nhira
sisi wo kwa na abetumi abusama semwe
ne dasi nana ne dasi
radin kan
nyame kan ho ne dasi ba ye ne tepa mahene na etwetwe enkomo no enne no ye history yesuade unwie yo mutu mamu baby some question na na kase
Ola knows his stuff.
Yes.
Now
question
question na ye pese ye bisa ne say enkola na ya show mo so no na ye kodje mo fi eye tepa ba ne ho no se womo nso so no womo nyi na se womo bewo a ebi omo ware na omo wa does it transfer to the kids as well? That's what I'm telling you a whole document na me de manu twa na me ka say me de manu sia na ye hwe enkola na womo kom na me hwe commentary na eba na enye fe. Oh, because Empress unim bibi. Matina sie hu say yenye Christopher. Say ye wo ye manga. Ye duomu si asori dem. Ye started to think kola no ewo nyamesum eni nyamesrum efi asori dem ma omu nyini. Obi anka nkyerɛ say twen ma oba nyini ansa na wa ye den. Watete no. Sanso na ye nuanom traditionalists so Muslims womu nyina saa no womu tete omba ntia ye den na wo ka kire konfo say o abuse ne ba anaso obi a odi ade say o abuse ne ba say onfa akola ni ko school anase say sesebio enkola ni nyina no ye gya womu ama omu nye akom ni we ya hwan na wo ba betoa ye tradition ye culture so because omu wo ne ebia 50-100 years to come no mu bebre ko enti enchirima wo ho a wo mo so mbeto aso a ye de preserve your culture and your tradition no enti ye best say as people we should learn to be tolerant of enkrofo religion any niema wo mu gidi se we ye Christoni a sebio enkogina baby enkoka se sebi mpradua san abosonsom sebio eye nkwase asem Sanzu na menko jina baby enko kire se unua kremoni a wono som no enye wo die no enu na wugidie enu na ye adwuma ma wo hwe so na ye what you say then don't talk down on other people's religion because me who commentary ni bebre wo social media is very distasteful enye kama your best stress say yenye ti we mi ye Christoni mi ntumi nkokasa down on somebody's religion because ono so ni die no we okay say obepe say obi beba wudie mu but don't talk down on other people's religion.
Piao abuzia utie eye MCI yebo a ensema okan ya in fact aba wompa afutuo wom a wo he na wo fe beboa wo kire say always bia no se Christoni ewo ne batu won ye na ya started in the Sunday school. It is a conform no so wo ne ba me pate wo won fa ne nko he eye ono so na bosom so ano no so de akra ne beko what as ntie ne na me wonder why ubehu ebia social media no bi comment na akra ketu we na welcome na won ko school ana a whole lot what as ba ye musa say akra no ko Sunday school no ko school ana say won ko what as me minimum konfo a omoma young girls and boys omo come but omo ko school what you asam na say omo come at the same time omo samso ko school eti eno so e what you say but na ye will believe be say what you say na nankasa eka ye na tepa man hene eka bibi say even asofo ni bi eba ho ebe bompa ebe sansuo ko hwe na what word abla about to chacha wo mo no kro mo ya asofo no omo ba what you say cool lie secretly no ma ba no ma be bompaye omo bompaye wia no ma sa ensuo ni bi no mo de ko omo ba no mo aba be ton e de ama wo asole ba no seto afi na wan kasar wo hu say adwen na da wutirim no afi sa afo no yira I don't want to go there but the MCI ye bo aka no na meto so say eye no kre what you say de wo aka no Santa said yesi underestimating nkrofo bi because of our religion nti no amaga na no ni nyina ka ho ne yenkoso no nti ye behwe ne atu ahofo a ebeboare egu so Ghana for you TV mesel so be subscribe no drop recent comment or comment section wono de amam yento aso na yentie enkomo ni bi
ya de suade ni jebi libre wo ha ye besu
Empress me da se wo mam kwenye ye na na frɛ ye no ana frɛ no no okasa kra no metimi mu se awosin bi ni ade bi na se bibita ya chiri enye kwa nkomo no baby ameme pese me fafri ni ye the only time you get to hear the story of the Ashanti tribe no say maybe Asembi say esina obenya se pani bi beda no we di say opese
enye easy so see ebenya na
obeka abakwa se mbi say ya den actually but I strongly believe say if we can shoot movies at one time na me tie Kofi Adoma when or interview abrowe bia menim so da so tia say wasum asante ahene beye 4 we hu 4 omorain or da so ti oye donko edu abadwe ma oya abrowa o bo baba besum and otimika obi a story otimika the first now we wa no na ni muchia ha no no aduane and I feel that she's just a walking yes I was yetimi otiasi no esebi obetima kakra bi mu anhwe kro mu ni ba onu no eden oni manka yebetimi de atwa movie bi ana ya and the world is ready to watch some of these things ana ayana meka say sad stories bi say no ayama ye enjoy man the typical Kumawood movie. I'm from the me can't see asem so me free the outside no say you betima betwa Beast of No Nation o ma be scout for talent na ebite Abraham Ata benya character be a player ye benda ebeye you know ye betwa konfa noche movie a and ye betwa prempe the first movie a ye shedam and scout for nkofo betime play character na ma ye nya the true anyone say maybe you better maybe comic character be because share some movie na the wo metim am comedian ba me can see asem say me wo movie bi mu and obi akwohwe bi anso kwhwe asresem history na tired in china hwa e be free ade anim you betime twa movie na you better the typical Ashantis how the typical Ashanti is built, how they are designed, how they process the inform twa movie no na maybe Netflix be and I tell you say Asante Michael so mu di buy $1 million na omo employ Netflix Hollywood for nobody yen local producers ni bi fra na yetwa they will recoup the investment in no time because the world globally will be open to watch this thing on in all cinema. Ghana and Kwankra see a premiere Asante movie and they have had so many kings come before the recent one. We in our stories for what? So almost more backdate starting free. Matters yes, Asante Hene the name called Seychelles, Mabeti, and mostly when history is passed on orally, today do baby I distorted. But Mamia se me amike am so we see muchia wa na ma prempel se den odina grow wa ye otias no oka na ye document a eno na ababeka enya se oka che me ka mintimi nka ne se ne ma me ne ka no me ditwa movie ka mintimi nka ne se ne ma me ne ka so me hu say Asante na adwen so obeye bibisa so a it should go beyond the typical ye betwa ye concert movies ni bi and na ye say ye just something to appeal to the global market. And that is the only way in history will be protected and the world will also take us serious.
Nana.
Member, okay. I mean, first of all, that was excellent education from Tepa Hene. I mean, maintain story we crowd out. Ola na ebie gate na maye and kudos to you, Ola. I mean, you know your history. Thank you. You know your history. And Ohene so education or the buy, and I mean it's just beautiful to listen to, and I can listen to him all night, talking us through history. I think the major failing for this funeral, I mean, you don't have to be an Ashanti to admire what happened there. I'm a Fanti, my mom is Eve, but you cannot take away the culture, the history, the tradition, the authority of the Ashanti Kingdom. It's untouchable. It compares to none. It compares to none. And it's beautiful. And ye say adiwe this week it seems. If you, and I'm not criticizing the kingdom, I'm just criticizing the media. If you watch other funerals, and I have to bring in Queen Elizabeth's funeral, right? Or share on any channel, you had royal commentators who understood the nitty-gritties of the funeral. Omukuta trumpets way, it is symbolic. This is what it means. When you watch that funeral from Westminster Abbey, it is education from the beginning to the end. What we haven't done really well in Ghana is to specialize, specialize. There should be people who have authority over things like this. It doesn't have to necessarily be an Ashanti. Historians. Now, why we failed was that we have royal historians in this country. We have people who understand the tradition. They understand what happened. So what we could have done as media houses was to rope them in, because that's what happened with Queen Elizabeth. ITV had it, BBC had it, Sky had it, CNN had it. They all had it. It was education. And yes, Obi can say, or TikTok, no, be so because the stories were too many, and at some point you didn't know which one to believe. Into going forward, and I think this wasn't the main funeral, right?
Yeah,
this is not the main.
Where I found some where Dotty, I found son. I just for France.
You see, I didn't even know this. No, we have time to plan it properly. Said the coverage now. We're seeing multiple cameras. It's a camera might be crossing way because I'm watching TV. It was a bit talking.
You should have watched UTV, because it was like
seamless.
Hey, was
quick one. Exactly. Media house, because
it was live too, and you recorded. It was live.
There was an experienced person like Nana Yeboy.
Okay. Then that is excellent. Yeah. That is excellent. So going forward, the other media houses should watch and learn. It's very important. Now, to go back to the point Lexi made, very important points, because we are not telling our stories. And I don't know how, and I know we'll be talking about National Film Dialogue. How do we compete with Hollywood, Bollywood, when we are telling the same stories as they are telling? You cannot teach anybody how to be romantic. But the Ashanti story, the Ga story, the Fanti, the Ever story, they are authentic stories. I mean, it is shocking that till date, no one has done anything on Yasantwa. No, if the story is compelling and if it's compelling and exciting, you don't need to go and look for the money. Netflix will put the money in. They will produce it and call it a Netflix original. They will adopt it. Yet a horse will be a free America. And now baby, ababe Yasantwa movie. And now say Confanoche, or the gentleman who brought cocoa, Fernando Poe. Fernando Poe, no, they buy. Somebody will come and do the story, and we'll sit back and criticize the story. But I loved what happened there, and you have to give so much credit to. And what does it credit to the Ashanti Kingdom, because it was what sort of find the way to reconcile tradition and modernity, because you wouldn't expect certain things to be on TV because they were sacred, but they allowed it. They allowed it because they want to tell their story, to show their dominance, to show how powerful they are. And to teach you, crown on your Santinia. And you it's nice. And also, what even made it very beautiful, and it speaks to the wisdom of His Royal Majesty the King, is the way every celebration in the kingdom unites Ghana. People came from all walks of life, from Volta, from North, from everywhere. And so it also speaks to the unity of this country and the immense power the Ashanti King wields. And we cannot, I mean, I've seen people on social media sometimes try to say, Asante, I sit down. Sit somewhere. He's the Ashanti King. There is not like that in Africa. He's the most powerful king in Africa, and we have to respect it and the reverence the Ashantis and this celebration gave to the royal stool, because it's not even the man. It's the stool.
Okay, Abusia, Akuchia bia. Edim Nura. Nana Banam or say, or who's a comfort social media no so. Yeah, Tantana Santana, Nadia, dear, Muina, Munshata Po, will be answering the bed. Yes, answer, we are dang. One on that as well. We are then swallows for chain. Anne, na eno no na enra na program ne koso na menam comment session ebisi ene eja chairman badum la metie ene na tese bi do mo se point do ma hene so se we die ayese do ma hene tiri ho pe ayese do ma hene tiri ho pe na asem we die ekwo in fact de nana banam wa wo kan ahwe ya eda wo be ben do ma hene ontwe ma wo eti die wa kan hwe no wan kodoma because wo kodoma pe asem besi etitu hofo asem yo ya wa kan enkodoma nana banam wa Ghana fo do enkodoma yento aso na yentie nkomo ni bi
akonya no you know it's it's a kedwana papa neteso no it's powerful and we need to give reverence to the man on the stool and I think that's what panned out perfectly well. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Arnold.
Sasa waya ya.
Ensai. Nina kita. Ensai.
But mebo mensha abaso. Mebo mabaso pa. We share the level of organization and orderliness course in the last 4 days now. I saw boy institution abaso. And I saw a few comments. Biamoka say Mensha seems to be one of the most organized institutions I owe on my way, and that's a fact. Now they are surprising. Kakano Oshe Sina Mensha Tina nan commodity culture and tradition on bear podi, but modernity or more the best can class are more attached to what is perceived to be old school, you know, old culture, old traditional. That was very impressive. Now, this era way, social media, it was center stage, you know. And I won't expect Mensha to actually, you know, double in social media, you know, leanings, but they did it expertly. Empress, we say Mensha ankasana wo ni social media pages.
Meaning,
among exclusive shots. And what is interesting is that they don't just give you the shots. I mean, go and compare Mensha Palace photography. Quality.
It's really nice.
Quality.
Really nice.
And when they give you the shot, they explain, they educate you as to what is being, you know, shown to you. Brilliant. It's, you know, every other person can go and shoot, and they give certain parameters. For her, or your blogger, you understand? You say, and they had their own photography. It's not like they left it for Obiakeke. It's a open Papa Noah. You know exactly where to go. Mensha, you know, palace photography. They even had videography. I think it's a palace view.
I will TikTok. Yeah.
Palace view. No, seriously. They are really prepared, and you cannot figure out say. Young guys be
innovative,
and for them to buy into the Mensha, you know, philosophy, you know, and add more skills to it, you know, that's brilliant. And if every, you know, tradition, and I say we beg yes I now because what we saw in the last 4 days, you know, spectacular. Idea we anka Santima Nenyao, but it's almost like a national event. And obi or matabia ekofadias. From politics to clergy to commerce to where Obia went through it. And the exhibition of culture and tradition. Yo.
Beautiful.
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 You hate saying that there will be one you would admire. There will be one picture.
Nothing to hate.
No, seriously. There will be one picture or one video before we need so you just have to clap and admire. And we took about Mensha organization, and I mean, how they were able to organize it with that precision and that level of organization.
What's your service at the house?
No, but this was brilliant. Brilliant.
It was brilliant.
No,
the organization, the execution was. And I think that, I mean, Otumfuo has to be entered into the Guinness Book of Records for sitting down to take handshakes for 48 hours.
And with that, there's someone sitting next to him or something. There's someone.
I mean, it's historical.
Tradition.
No, it's historical. Yeah. It has to go.
Traditional account.
Yeah, but then you be answer no chiano. Ebi mo ha ye mom, omo ye mom ju now what bend down say now
what we chiano does.
Yes, of course.
Still he was seated. The entire time.
No monsieur me. So sorry.
He was seated.
This is sorry.
They are already busy.
Yeah, what time are already? What idea?
Already busy and so come
Oh yeah. And I'm not worried about that. So we did Nicosia na unko Johnson and Paso. Enjoy. More
psychological.
Oh, yes, psychological.
I have been so a more to bedroom more on Habaya at the show. You at the show. Johnson. Yeah. Copy so be your friend. Or do a prostate cancer. I know.
But Empress, I mean,
I'm sorry for you.
No, it's fine.
Rudely.
It's fine. Empress, I mean, also can be said there was some level of unity because I before Echo existed what they are in Cranford, I mean, so when your opportunity and kind of you saw it last 4 days, then so show me and you see. If others maybe take a cue a little from SAR organization where Beboa, and I can see say government channel or buy and or put a little some structure to the, and it's brilliant. No, seriously, the government chair.
He
is.
You can actually see some level of structure. And I believe say, I mean, if and also the modernity and the class besimoa.
Oh, it's there. I mean,
modernity, but the next level, the next level. I mean, now I remember the other essential topic more also about Netflix and all that stuff. You know, Empress, I buy into me,
individuals.
I buy into me, individuals. Send now working. Asantima, yeah, Asantima. You see how they organize this properly. Why would they put it together and document it and put it on Netflix? They may share the institution. They can do it easily.
Yeah.
Because one person on your deal.
Exactly.
They can easily push it. But now this is where ABA unya deni unim. Sir, I didn't now come about the fact say story. Yeah, I can say stories. All over Africa, most of the intriguing stories, you know, about when they become mine. From last king of the Scotland. To Mandela stories, major.
Even the war,
major Rwanda. They actually come down and shoot. Because see the thing. One of the most critical elements in filmmaking, funding. If there's no money, how do you shoot? Based on no nation, it was a foreign production. The
National Cathedral.
Oh, send the yens.
Oh, say this.
Basikashi.
Masa no kana
that movie has to be done.
Yes, I'm talking. Yeah, we knew like a top platform can be from Rollins to Azuma Nelson to Kwame Nkrumah.
DK Poison, no boy, whole Ghana Busia.
Stories really. But the fund they know that well without to actually shoot it. It's not there.
I was here to be tough for a desk.
No correct.
Okay, eti abusia enkomo aka wachira omudie nyina ne se sankebe ye a anka e wo se yetimi eye production bi concerning yen ye culture no nanka se de be ya nchirima ebetimi anya bi ahwe even though say ade chiade se tem bia no edumre bi a ye shefa ne ye ho kro ne ba but enye enough e wo se ye art movie ankasa what I say about no say bia konfanochi movie ya santua movie what you say ahemfo titire ne ani ntire awuko movies what you say nanka aboa ne da ho ne da internet ne so ntie ne obi wa brochire kra broni fita kra otiminya bihwe what you say ne a translate kasa no ne guase ye katwi de batemum broni no won titwi kra otimi ewridi eti ase said ye hwe India for ne China for movies a ye nti ase ye batemum at the end of the day no yetimi ye den ehu de one person mo ye den omo kire no saa bi pepepe e no mo ka fe so eye ye leaders omo free mu omo wu ko me fa na say ebi te say asante hima say ye wafiri munyi what ase nanka body no ya preserve no na da ho ankrofo kra mpotimi tue sika ekokọ body no aka ni nyina beboa bat ye ni bibi sa ho abusia no omo ya adwen ana no omo ya adwen free na kire wa adwen under the comment section aha eguso Ghana for you TV makram
Ghana for you TV.
Ghana for you TV.
Ghana for you TV.
Yan kanta egumi so asew. Empanyimfo so ne wafuru duapa ne piano. Ne opa bibia kokotoko ne nye na bro. O konfo e ho na me scan Twitter ye na me kye wo mo. Me hyira wo. Ayo kase pia.